We found it.
Oh, apps to kill time.
Wait, who's the
Loki.
band? Who's the band that sings Radioactive?
Magic Dragons.
Stop! Stop it! Don't do it! Don't fucking do it! I shouldn't have answered that.
Hey everybody!
I'm Will.
I'm Adam!
And I'm Sam, and we are
Working Titles! Poke you with my staff.
Marvel Edition. It's been a long time without you, my friend. I don't remember the lyrics to that.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
I see you again.
Yeah. Long time no see, Marvel fans.
Welcome back.
You suck.
Guys! It's Loki!
Yay!
Anyone who's been following our channel since the start, you guys know by now, we're big Marvel fans. We might not know everything in the world, but we definitely love it for sure. If you want to check out some of our playlists, we've already watched Wanda, we've watched
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I mean, I guess
what
it
he
can
meant.
now.
Technically Captain America.
and Winter Soldier now,
Yeah.
because Falcon is the Cap.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about Loki?
I am excited, but I'm also interested because this is redeemed Loki. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is before redemption.
He's still the bad Loki.
So we're getting Avengers number
Mischief.
one.
Yeah, 2012.
Yeah, we're getting 2012 Loki. So
Yeah.
Adam, what do you think about Loki?
He's a cool guy. I like his hair.
Yeah.
I'm curious about his powers. I don't think we've seen a full extent of it.
I love Loki. I was obsessed with him back during Phase 1 of Marvel when it was just really starting. But guys, if you like this video, make sure you leave a like on it, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you leave a comment about what you thought of today's premiere episode of Loki. Tell us what you're most excited for, because we're all going into this for the first time together. If you want to check out our Patreon, we also have that for non-live shows, so you can go ahead and see a week in advance for some of our TV series we're currently reacting to. And we're going to be doing a movie reaction pretty soon, so make sure you check that out as well.
This is not a market substitute. You gotta go on Disney Plus first, watch Loki over there, and then come back to YouTube and watch our reaction. We love you guys. Punch it! Bah! Oh man, I just thought of something.
Yeah.
Because Thanos would also be around at this point.
He was.
And Loki's been doing shit with him.
True.
2012, so long ago.
Heart attack.
You know, it's actually pretty wild that they did make a show purely off of this scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rip. So funny.
That's crazy.
Where'd
They
you
made
go?
a new timeline.
Dune, call back.
A sand beetle.
Dung beetle.
Alright, quickly take a guess. Where is he?
Africa.
Mars.
Gobi Desert.
Mongolia. I called it.
Close enough, I guess.
I called it, clearly.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Is that him?
Yeah.
What the fudge?
Oh, is he back in time too?
Yeah.
Pre-2012?
Kangas Khan.
Ah. Oh!
Never mind.
Don't touch that.
What? Dude, these guys are crazy.
What the fudge?
Appears to be a standard sequence violation. On behalf of the Time Variance Authority, I hereby arrest you for crimes against the sacred time.
Time, please.
Hands up. You're coming with us.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. Us. If you don't mind, this is actually your last chance. Now get out of my way.
Whoa. Ew.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just. I thought it was slow motion.
Yeah.
16 speed, but feeling all that my pain in real time.
Oh my gosh.
It's like the meta punching Doc in Red vs. Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reset the timeline.
Reset the timeline. What?
So how are they doing that?
Where were you during Infinity War?
Yeah.
When everything was getting screwed up. What the fudge? Oh, I wanted to see.
Yeah. I thought they were gonna do the Men in Black thing. To the
Yeah.
Mongolian
Mind wipe
people.
them?
Yeah.
Dad, bored of Goldman Sachs. One little call.
Goldman Sachs.
Your real job. How do you like that?
Oh, that sucks.
I love this.
It's gonna make me terrible to say.
How did that guy time travel?
Who was it?
Just a random guy who said he was the son of like.
The owner of Goldman Sachs.
Tell me what it is.
How are they touching it with their bare
Be
hands?
careful with it.
That actor's from The Mandalorian. He's
Yeah.
he's that pirate guy who's like, Mando, please help us on the farm.
Yes.
What is that?
Probe droid.
Bend over.
Bioshock.
Oh.
Hang on just a minute.
He's. Wait,
Wow.
What is happening?
I
I don't know.
He's being put in time jail.
Please sign to verify this is everything you've ever said.
Wait, what?
Time
This is
variance.
absurd.
You'd think it'd be higher.
Yeah.
He's like 1,000 years old or something.
End this.
The fudge?
They just keep
Is it like when he
Yeah.
says something?
Yeah, he just keeps adding papers till he says something.
Do a lot of people not know if they're robots?
Thank you for your confirmation. Please move through.
What if I was a robot and I didn't know it?
The machine will melt you from the inside out. Please move along.
Oh my god.
I really hope that we get to see what happens when a robot goes through that.
Polaroid.
What's that?
Your temporal aura.
What's that?
Please through the door.
Temporal aura. Is he supposed to be a god or something?
Right.
Why is he getting like bitched around by these people?
Sharpen your pencils and check this out.
It's a DMV.
Long ago,
It's
there
all
was a
very
vast
70s.
multiversal war. Countless unique timelines battled each other for supremacy, nearly resulting in the total destruction of, well, everything. But then the all-knowing
What the
timekeepers
fudge?
emerged, bringing peace by reorganizing the multiverse into a single timeline, the sacred timeline. Whatever it was, stepping off your path created a nexus event, which left unchecked could get into madness, leading to another multiversal war.
Oh
Wow.
shit.
Step in to fix your mistake and set time back on its predetermined path.
Wait, so
Now that you're out,
Why isn't they like Captain America
Yeah.
live in a different timeline?
Your offenses. So sit tight and we'll get you in front of a judge in no
That's a
time.
great question.
Yeah, it
Just
is.
make sure time.
Maybe because there's a stronger chance Loki will make events more different than Cap, who's just living a life.
Sir? Will you get some great raising your voice with me, Buckethead?
He just turned him into nothing. Where's my ticket?
Who are these people?
I got it! I have the ticket, I promise! Loki, Loki,
Wow.
Loki.
I feel like I'm watching a Dharma Initiative video right
Yeah.
now. Or, it's like,
What's that?
not X-Files.
Yeah, I know.
What came before?
Twilight?
Twilight
Zone.
That's what it's like.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. X in Providence, France.
15.
What?
I don't know why, but I feel like we should see a xenomorph at some point.
Nexus event. It appears that when they arrived, something
Wow.
had to jump on.
You think?
Oh, that's so cool.
Tu sais qui a fait ça?
Look at that giant mural on the wall.
Yeah.
Satan.
Whoa!
Mephisto?
Oh, Mephisto?
Please.
They've mentioned multiverse.
Please.
Loki. Apprehended.
Next case, please.
Really?
He has to plead his case.
Really?
I love this.
Laufeyson. Variant L1130, aka
There it is.
Loki Laufeyson, is charged with sequence
Loki
violation
Laufeyson?
728.
Laufey's son. He's the son of the giant, ice giant.
How do you plead?
Madam, a god doesn't plead. You see, I only came into possession of the Tesseract because they travelled through time. No doubt in a last-ditch effort to stave off my ascent to...
Oh, wow.
Are they about to answer that?
Quite an accusation.
A believer, you can
That
start
means-
with Cologne too, Tony.
That just means Loki
We
knows
speak of
that
time
it was
criminals.
other Avengers who...
It's they
Yeah.
you should be after.
We're not here to talk about the Avengers.
Oh, no?
No. What they did was supposed to happen. You
Here's your
escaping
answer.
was not.
All of this.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, can he do any of it?
Somebody's
I'm
laughing.
laughing at him.
What's going on?
Hang on. Everyone quiet. You have no idea what I'm capable of!
I think I might have an idea of what he's capable of.
Approach the bench.
Oh, use a Loki as like a tool to go to other realms like he always does.
It's on you.
Okay. I feel like I'm always looking up to you. I like it. It's appropriate. And who are you?
Your savior.
Oh my gosh, look.
I'll show you where my desk is. You can start there.
It looks huge, whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's like the Citadel
Yeah.
from Mass Effect.
Home sweet home.
Show me.
Wow.
Wow.
I thought there was no magic here. There isn't.
What is it, just time?
I was gonna say, it just looks like a library, like a time library.
It's like Total Recall or... Wow.
It just keeps
I
going.
love the music.
Oh, it's so 70s. I love this so much. The music's even like Mass Effect a bit too.
Yeah.
For the record, this really does feel like a killing me kind of a room.
You don't trust, are you? Because you never needed to. You've always lived within your set path.
I live within whatever path I choose.
Sure you do. Okay, come have a seat.
That's crazy. Oh.
Predestination. What the fudge?
Get into
I love how you
this.
can just like hit a button. It's like, yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, do it again.
Reset 5 seconds.
I specialize in the pursuit of dangerous variants.
Like myself.
Yeah.
No particularly dangerous variants. You're just a little pussycat. I got a set of questions for
Oh
you.
my
You answer them honestly, and then maybe you want to be king.
I don't want to be. I was born to be.
No, but king of what exactly? All right, now you're the king of Midgard. Then what? Happily ever after?
Mock me if you dare.
Well, I'm not. Honestly, I'm actually a fan. Yeah, and I guess I'm wondering why does someone with so much range just want to rule?
Is this gonna
Playback
show
music.
what happens like if he becomes king?
Well, that'd be really cool.
A sampling of your greatest hits, if I may.
Oh, never mind.
Greatest hits.
It's funny, for someone born to rule, you sure do lose a lot.
Oh.
Might even say it's in your nature.
Damn.
You know, things. Let's talk about your escapes. You're really good at doing awful things and then just getting away.
What can I say? I'm a mischievous scamp.
Oh, the airplane. From the trailer.
I suppose we'll find out, won't we?
What is this that he's being shown?
An escape. One of his
He
like
has
best
happened
escapes.
already.
Yeah.
Miss,
Yes, Mr. Cooper.
you might want to take a look at that note.
Oh my gosh, this is the dude that escapes with all the money off the plane. You ever heard that story?
Like Prison Break?
No, like in real life, some dude escaped off a plane with all this money that he stole. It's a couple $1 million or something like that. He escapes and the cops never caught him off a plane.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like one of like the craziest heists that's ever happened, you know, in real time.
See you again someday. Brother. Well, you best be ready.
Wait, are they insinuating this is what he had done in real life?
Yeah.
In this world?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Why does he need money?
Right.
He's mischievous.
Oh.
All the money.
I can't believe you were DB Cooper.
DB Cooper, that's what
I
it
was
was.
young and I lost a bet to Thor. But what is it that you think that you're really running from? Enough.
That's so weird.
It's irritating.
Yeah. Very frustrating.
I was just standing up to make a point. I'm sorry, go ahead. It won't be as meaningful now. Okay, well, stay seated. I'll do what I want to do. If you hadn't picked up the Tesseract, you would have been taken to a cell on Asgard.
See, I was gonna say, it's gonna show what actually happens.
And then the Dark Elves attack the palace, and you think you send them to Thor.
You might want to take the stairs to the left.
But instead, you send
Send
them
to your mom. Yep.
You weren't born to be king, Loki. You were born to cause pain and suffering and death. That's how it is. That's how it was. That's how it will be.
Is there any route out?
Did he just steal the thingy from
What are
him?
you doing?
I think so, yeah.
he
He just puts something in his pocket.
He pocketed it.
We have a situation.
Run! Alright, see how far you can run in the time world.
Well, it's like, where's he gonna go? I mean...
Talking to that variant.
You think everyone should be reset? I'm getting good stuff in
Just
there.
lost another unit.
To who?
Mephisto.
Let's
Hey,
hope
Loki, I
so.
think we can finish up tomorrow and just pick it up.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, like you belong.
Yeah, but he has a prisoner outfit on.
Flip up the
There we
collar.
go. Gotta steal from this man right here.
How do you take the collar off,
Put
though?
a scarf over it.
Give me the Tesseract or I'll gut you like a fish, Casey.
What's a fish?
I don't know what a fish is.
My entire life behind a desk.
But what difference does it make?
I want to know exactly what I'm being threatened with before I comply.
Death, Casey. Violent, painful death.
Death, Casey.
I comply. I comply.
It's fake. Oh my gosh, are there
What else
multiple?
is in there?
Oh,
What?
the other one? There's a... What? The soul one.
How do you have these?
Oh, we actually got a lot of those. Yeah, some of the guys use them as paperweights.
What?
Because other dimensions, other times, other things happened.
Take them all.
Yeah, it's multiple aethers,
Time.
multiple time
There's one
ones.
soul stone, though.
Yeah.
That's so weird. It's a rare one. People don't want to go kill themselves.
Yeah. Or kill someone they care about,
Yeah.
rather.
Yo. What do you think he's thinking?
I don't know.
He's probably thinking, man, none of this shit matters because they have all this stuff.
Yeah. That's wild.
They're more powerful than he is.
That just helped put it in perspective,
Yeah.
seeing all those as just useless.
Yeah.
He might want to just rule this place.
Is this the greatest power in the universe?
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, you can't beat this place. Oh,
Oh,
smart.
God.
He was gonna gut me like a fish.
I will not forgive you!
Now does he go and watch the rest of his tape? The highlight reel of
Yeah.
Loki?
Show him redeem himself in the end.
Watch all this stuff. The next few movies. Yeah, he's skipping it. Ah! Oh,
Or just that.
it's weird. Like, I wouldn't have blamed Loki.
I mean, that is the whole reason
I mean,
they went up
Yeah,
that room.
it's an indirect cause, but it's like the butterfly effect.
And your sister?
That movie's so great.
Yeah, it is.
If you're here, I know I'm gonna give you a hug. I'm here.
I want to see the
He's dead.
Infinity War. Yeah. Yes.
Right here.
Ah!
Ugh.
Imagine seeing your own death.
Yeah.
It's trippy.
It's Final Fantasy, Final Destiny. horrible. That's a horrible death too. Oh yeah.
This is so awesome.
At least he sees Thor crying over him right there too.
Yeah. Oh, what? What? Is this really? I thought he was just gonna submit and not fight. Where does she go?
Just whatever looped her back.
Huh.
Back to the shipper.
Oh God.
He's like, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Yay. Please. 7.
Oh my God. Oh boy.
Ah, she's gonna be puking.
Oh.
Hope you don't accidentally kill her, dude.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Loki? Nowhere left to run.
I can't go back, can I? Back to my timeline. I don't enjoy hurting people.
You trying to use that?
Oh, several times. Even an infinity stone is useless here.
Yeah.
Why me?
The variant we're hunting is you.
What?
I beg your pardon?
He's
What?
the devil?
Salina, Oklahoma.
Did I understand that wrong?
He
He
said
they're
you.
hunting you, yeah. What?
Sorry, what?
I don't get it, but he's with them. What is that?
Is Loki with them?
It's an Inquisitor lightsaber.
They can fly with it.
Oh yeah,
It's
the
from the trailer.
lanterns. Something that the lanterns do.
Oh boy. Oh.
Huh.
Darth Plagueis.
Okay.
Content thing. It's
Yeah.
like, fuck.
Well, that was episode 1 of Loki.
Glorious purpose.
Before I even say anything, I'm more curious about what you guys thought. Honestly, I want to know what you guys think.
Of like the episode as a whole?
Are you sure? Anything.
Super interesting. Because, I don't know, it just kind of gives a whole layer. Like, full disclosure, I didn't know anything about TVA or the Timekeepers or any of that stuff. But, like, just the whole idea that there was a multiverse, multi-timeline great war that almost ended everything. And the Timekeepers are the gods of it all. I'm just like, reset it. Yeah. Like, that's cool. I like getting to see Loki. One thing I was worried about with this show going in was, like, are we going to have to relive Loki's, like, redemption story or him like be a bad guy and turn good, because we've already seen that. But the way they did it in this episode, and also kind of like he knows the end result, so it's like, and he also knows he's not going back. There is no going back to your timeline. Like this you is going to die here. So you can either help us out now or you can just die and be done and there's no more of you. So it's kind of interesting because then it's a new take on like what does Loki do with this new lane that he has.
Himself,
You know what I mean?
I really like we got to. Are you finished? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
really like that we got to see like the inner self of Loki, where he's like, I don't enjoy pain. I really or seeing people in pain. I really like that, and the fact that the fucking Infinity Stones are worthless here.
Yeah,
that's absurd.
Yeah,
that was like his mission was to get them to rule the galaxy or whatever he wanted to do, and then he's like, oh, they're just paperweights.
Yeah,
that was pretty.
Oh my
honestly.
God.
I love that scene.
Oh,
It's just everything about this was cool.
Oh shit. Actually, that actually freaked me out when they did that. I also liked that your question got answered at the beginning of the, or not at the beginning, whenever the fuck it was. Go back and see it. When you were like, why was it okay for Captain America to go do that? And they're like, because it was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So everything like happens for a reason.
Yeah, and we'll break that down because I want to try to go into that in length, and I want to try to like make sure I understand that as best as I can with the pseudoscience we're dealing with.
Yeah.
But I am confused, and I want to see more of that. The variant that they're hunting down is Loki himself.
I think I had a lot of weird feelings, kind of like how you were feeling like you weren't sure if we were about to get a whole repeat, and I was like, please, I don't care to just spend my like next 6 episodes recounting.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would have been because I was thinking to myself,
we had Loki for when did Ragnarok come out?
Ragnarok
18?
20. It was before Black Panther, so 2017.
So 17, and then he dies in Infinity War in 19.
Yeah, I think so.
Or no, 18.
Maybe 18.
18, yeah. So we had from 2010 when Thor came out to 20. Basically, we had 10 years for this, like, I mean, granted, he wasn't in every movie, but 10 years for, like, this mini character development. And then if we had to go back and start over from square one and then do it all again, I would have been like, I'm off the scene, man. Like, I'm not even here.
And at the start of the episode, before they helped us out, I was like, man, like, out of WandaVision and Falcon, those are, like, stories that are going to progress the story. What does this do except relive? So I was glad that in the first episode they took care of that problem because I was really not about that. I also, like, we all were like, man, this guy's a god. It's just annoying that they just, like, A-tiered or D-tiered an A-lister villain for the Marvel Universe so quickly.
Yeah.
But, yeah, as I said, as the episode progressed, I was getting more interested just knowing where the story was leading, that it wasn't going to be about what we thought it was going to be about.
Yeah.
Now, do we want to start at the beginning, I guess?
Yeah, I feel like it'd be good because then we can go, because I feel like there's so many things to talk about in this episode.
For sure. So we saw the endgame scene where Loki escapes and starts what was about to be a new time. We didn't see what happened in Mongolia, but they dropped a purple thing that I'm assuming was the Great Reset.
Yeah.
Of, I guess,
that timeline,
whatever that was about to be. Maybe they just eviscerated that timeline. Like, just maybe nuked it. We didn't see, so I'm assuming it was something devastating that they're saving
for later.
Our eyes for maybe another thing. So, yeah, my initial question was, why would Captain Rogers, Steve, who went into a different timeline and live a life with Peggy, not get called a variant and kicked out as opposed to Loki? And I guess the answer is simple. It's that there was never a variant with Steve. That was his path. He just went into a different world, and that was always his destination.
Yeah.
Where Loki's destination was always to die at Thanos' hand, instead of start a secondary life with the same, I guess, host, the same body, because Steve never did that.
Yeah.
Now, in the world that Steve goes into, there might be another Captain America, like another Steve in the ice that will be resurrected one day, but that's just a timeline where 2 will exist.
Yeah.
Well, and that's just how that timeline always was, I'm assuming.
You know what's confusing is, I don't know if we talked about this in Falcon and Winter Soldier or WandaVision, or just, I know we've had this conversation like just amongst the 3 of us before, but I know we brought it up on here and people in the comments like tried to clarify, but like, it doesn't make sense that, because the way the Sorcerer Supreme explains it, just like what the show is saying, you get a variant, something shoots off, and then it creates a whole new timeline.
Yeah.
So that's why Steve had to go back and put the cube and everything, all the stones back exactly where he found them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so like, as soon as he walks away from taking it from where, or as soon as Tony walks away from taking out of Howard Stark's like safe.
Yeah,
he has to put it back.
Captain Rogers walks up right behind him and just puts it right back.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Presumably, as close as he could.
Or, as close as you can, so that it doesn't change anything.
And then he himself decides to stay,
Yeah.
which you would think would cause a new ripple.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and that was the other thing too, because I always said, okay, so does he exist in the same timeline? And I know that's not the show, so I don't want to harp on this too long. But I was always saying, okay, so I guess that Steve existed in the same timeline, but just in the background, like as an old man, like as 2012 has happened, he's just an old man and just saw it happening.
Yeah, let other Cap do whatever that one does.
He doesn't show up to Peggy's funeral, but real Steve is there. Maybe he just like stays at home because he knows he can't interact with himself. I don't know. But then other people were saying that he just traveled back to the timeline, like used the pin particles again, and then traveled back into our timeline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which that doesn't really make sense to me. So I don't understand. Even if it is predestined to happen, that doesn't make sense how it doesn't make an offshoot. Just by his existence in another world.
Yeah.
Or if we're just supposed to settle with, it was preordained, it was predestined to happen this way. If that's the case, I'll shut the fuck up and I won't ask any more questions about it. But I find it hard to believe that he wouldn't, that in itself doesn't create a second timeline.
Did they say it was people who will shift it, or the placement of the gems? I can't remember the talk with the Sorcerer Supreme. When she did the little timeline thing, I can't remember the actual visual representation. I know there was 2 like star chart lines that we saw that she was describing in like a dark chart, like a dark line. But did she shift a gem around? Was it specifically because gems, the Infinity Stones, were
No,
taken?
she was just saying if you time travel, you can make a new timeline.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what she said. If we're wrong about that, comment down below and correct us, but...
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen Endgame, so I don't remember the exact like visual scene.
But regardless, the explanation for this is that it was preordained.
Yeah.
And then it's interesting because when they're in Mongolia, and they do this in France, so we can talk about it later too, but they have like on their little like iPhone, iPad thing,
The lines.
you can see the lines going, and they actually had like this is as far as it can go.
Yeah.
Like when they're in France later, he's like, "Oh, we're approaching the time limit,
Yeah,
or
it's
the
going red.
red line limit." So it's like if they spend, even as the TVA, any more time in here, it's
They'll
like
mess it
then
up.
the timeline is officially
Messed up.
gone. You know what I mean? So I wonder.
Oh, I get it. So like, before events, the butterfly effect takes place.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I was gonna bring that up about. Well, go ahead.
Well, it's like they only have
That's
30 minutes in an area. So, like, they could only be in Mongolia for, like, 15 minutes before shit goes off the rails and we've created a new timeline. So, get him out of there, put the grenade down.
Well, that's what the argument I was gonna make is, like, I never understood, just because I know the butterfly effect is, like, legit. Like, as far as we're aware, the butterfly thing is a legitimate idea. Like, we will never see it really take place because there's no such thing as time jumping, as far as we're aware. But, like, the idea of, like, a butterfly effect, if I even go back 5 minutes and I didn't let Adam get up to go to the bathroom just now, like, the conversation right now won't exactly be how the conversation
Was supposed to be.
Which could very well make you guys be upset at me right now, as opposed to then the conversation was supposed to go perfectly fine.
Or even,
my pants would be full of piss.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And then you would go about your day different than how it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And that
That
10-second
little
shift
change.
should be enough for the butterfly effect to take place. So I never understood why they could fix the timeline in Endgame, because of course there's going to be a difference. Even if somebody briefly saw Steve walking down the hall to put it back, their mind will now be running through a different series of things.
Right.
Now, there's other pseudoscience to help fix that pseudoscience idea, which is the course correction, where the world, and Lost kind of delves with this. We're never going to watch that show, really, because we've seen kind of most of it, but they talk about an idea where the universe helps correct events back to where they will be.
Yeah.
So if we use that type of science logic for this, they get that 30 minutes, they can do whatever they want, and the world will help fix any adjustments to get back on track to what it would be.
Well, that's
itself.
what the TVA
And
really
that's
does.
what's kind of cool. They won't. I don't know if they explicitly explained like course correction, but that's the logic I'm going to use for this show.
Yeah. Well, it's also like, you know, I just don't. It's weird because even like Doctor Strange in Infinity War, he sees all the timelines and he looks and he's like, okay, there's only one way we win this.
Yeah.
But it's like,
how do you know that you're going to do the exact thing?
I think it's weird when we have a thing where it's like the timekeepers have a sacred timeline. That this is the one and only form of time that can ever exist. I don't know. It just puts a whole weird spin on like free will.
Yeah.
And, like a lot more deeper stuff than like what I'm expecting out of an MCU film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, it also doesn't like make sense too. Like, sorry, we're just talking about pseudoscience ideas, but even that concept
That's
of
what
looking
this
at,
episode's really about.
talking about 14 million outcomes or whatever. How did he ever know that his would be the exact one? Like, what steps do you have to do when there's 14 million possible mess ups to make sure you get the exact one? I don't know. I just don't know how you can account for that kind of thing. Anyway, doesn't matter. Sorry, it's fantasy. But the show's trying to do science route, so I don't know.
Next is just the whole TVA, Loki getting checked in, all his losing his clothes, signing the document of everything he's ever said, proving he's not a robot, and then getting in front of the courtroom and having to decide whether he pleads guilty or not to changing the timeline.
And being saved by Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
Agent Mobius. Sounds like Morbius.
I know, I thought the same exact thing. I assumed all of us thought that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking the whole time.
I recognize the judge. I'm gonna go look her up on IMDb. I feel like I've seen her in something, but I'm not gonna just jump and act like I know the exact person, but I'm pretty positive I've seen her.
What are your, like, the way Loki describes it later in the episode is that, like, I'm not leaving this place. Like, there's no dropping me back in my timeline because of my experience I've had here. Mm-hmm. So, like, I'm just gonna die. But, like, so, like, what's the point of, like, the court proceeding to, like, say you're guilty or innocent? Because they're just gonna kill you either way.
Maybe it's to see, like, what use you can get out of the people, the variables.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, they seem to, at least Owen Wilson seems to have a task for him. But I don't know. It's hard to know because it's the first introduction to this world, and they just very briefly skipped over the trillion of places that this world could go out to funnel into.
Yeah.
I don't know what populace this is. I don't know what the society is like here.
Their, like, space travel thing's really cool. Just like a rectangle door that just appears. They just walk through it, and then they fade in and out of it. And also, like, do you think that this place exists, like, outside... Sorry, getting super nerdy here. Do you think the TVA, whatever this is, like facility, world, do you think it exists outside of like the dimension of like where we're at? Or do you think it's like within the universe, just like somewhere that you can't get to?
When you were starting to say that, I was wondering when Thanos snapped, were they affected by the snap too? Were half of them taken out?
I would say no.
No,
that's
I
what
would say no because nothing has power in there. So.
Yeah.
Though I do think this place is obvious. It still works off a linear, it works off a linear path still, just like everywhere else. Like I don't think Thanos' snap affected other timelines. I think it only affected their timeline, but the universe scale.
But they exist beyond
so,
time and space.
But I still think they work off a linear path as well. Just because, like, this doesn't seem like... Like, I don't know. I've never seen a visual depiction of infinite time where everything exists at the same time.
Yeah.
Where there is no, like, then and... the future, it's just all present because I don't know how you would visually do that interpretation, so I'm just assuming this is supposed to be a linear time just like anything else. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. See, sorry, we're not even really talking about the episode in and of itself, more so the ideas it's presented.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of...
I feel like that's just how it's going to be.
Yeah, that's how it's going to be for this. But do you think, like... Okay, so here's something about the episode. So the Timekeepers, they explain everything about, like, there's a multiverse war... There's multiple multiverses, multi-timelines, and somehow those timelines were at war with each other. And the Timekeepers, I don't even know if they necessarily explained how they stopped it, but the Timekeepers stopped it and erased everything and created one timeline and just keep track of it to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Oh my gosh.
So are they like...
They just purple nuke all those worlds?
I guess.
Drop all the whatever that purple thing was and just destroy all those universes?
I don't know. Maybe they just started from square one. I mean, they can time travel, so who's to say they can't, like, stop everything, kill everything, go back? Yeah, so are they the gods of this world? Like, are they... or is this the supreme being? Like, you don't... There's nothing above it.
What occupation was Uatu the Watcher? What do the Watchers do? You know those big bobble-headed guys from Ultimate Alliance? that summon all. Did you ever play Ultimate Alliance?
Yeah.
There's these guys called the Watchers. The famous one, I think, is pronounced Uwado or something. But that's who I thought was the gods of the world. I don't know power-wise who's really in charge. They showed the Watchers briefly in Guardians of the Galaxy, but it was more so a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stan Lee's talking to them.
Yes.
I don't know how I got in this timeline.
Oh, on the moon?
Some moon-looking place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bobbleheaded people.
I just don't... Yeah, I don't know.
Was there 3 of them?
Yes. That's who I thought were the gods.
Might be them. I don't know.
So, oh god, it's so confusing.
Very confusing.
Are they the ones that made the the stones too?
Are they the ones who were gonna?
I mean, I know the stones were made by the Big Bang, but are they the ones that
made the Big
everything?
Bang?
Yeah.
Is the show gonna be the ones responsible for the 3rd Spider-Man movie, where potentially Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield come into the picture?
And the Doctor Strange movie.
Multiverse.
That's what I'm saying.
Madness,
Into
the Spider-Verse.
Everything's going multiverse right now.
Yes, it is.
At this point, maybe that would even be a part of it.
Right.
Who's to say that the animated Miles Morales might become lifelike in these movies?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try to focus back in.
I never saw the most recent Spider-Man movie, but I could have swore I saw a scene where I almost said Mephisto. Mysterio is mentioning that there's different timelines, and he said he's from a different Earth.
That's the lie he goes.
He lied. Yeah, he lies.
That's the lie, and that's what he poses so people sympathize with him. Even still, I wonder now, will Loki be heavier in terms of ramifications for the MCU? Because I just was gonna out of what I expected from this show, it was just gonna be its one-off series and a more solidified conclusion to Loki's story, and that's it. But would you think now with this first episode that we might be getting Loki back into the MCU, the greater scheme?
No, I mean I think whatever happens here is going to have big ramifications as to what is coming up for MCU, which I still don't really know where they're going with all this, but but I think, because he can't go back. By the Timekeeper's rules and everything, he can't go back to his timeline. So he's never going to be able to interact with these people. Maybe he just does this thing with the TVA, helps him out, and then when he's served his purpose, he gets, finished.
Or I was going to say maybe he just stays with the TVA.
Yeah.
Or
becomes an agent.
Or he goes to a different timeline, kind of what Cap... There's nothing saying he can't go to other timelines. He just can't go back to his.
Right.
Because see, that's also why I don't get. Why can't he just be placed back to where he disappeared?
Because he...
couldn't they just...
Well, it would still change everything because of all his interaction in the TVA.
And it probably has to do with the Avengers going back in time, too.
Yeah.
It would change everything.
That's a loop, and he just made another loop.
Yeah, I just don't know why, if you couldn't just place him back where he disappeared and just let him reappear and be like, oh, sorry, I messed up. I didn't mean to grab the Tesseract. Here you go. Let's continue the time.
Yeah, but doesn't that change? That changes everything. Yeah, that changes it.
Or I guess that always happened in the 2012 movie, right? No, it didn't.
No, it didn't. That's
he
why.
Goes to Asgard.
That's why he's here.
Right.
That's why he's
here.
He fucked it up.
Then if that's the case, I don't know why he can't just go back.
He can't because they would kill him.
Right. He knows everything. He knows about the TVA. I was gonna say. So the villain of this is Loki, apparently. He's the variant that they're looking for. What's going to happen when he sees himself?
I don't know.
Well, Cap saw himself, so it shouldn't matter.
True.
That's true.
Yeah, he fought himself. They all saw
America's
themselves.
ass.
That's America's ass. Yeah, so I guess that doesn't really matter, but...
Why is that always a thing?
But he thought it was Loki.
Why is that an idea people always talk about in pop culture? I always see this thing where it's you can't look at yourself. But I've never seen that in film.
Was that
they always interact with you.
No, wasn't that there was a found footage time travel movie that came out and they showed that's superpowers, but there was another one. I mean, I never saw the movie, but they show in the trailer the dude sees himself. He goes back in time to his birthday, and the one back in time person of him starts to go like this, and he starts to fade.
Oh, like Back to the Future?
Well, I think the reasoning behind it is that you can't interact because you're literally the same person. So you can't, you both can't exist at the same time and be doing the same thing. So that's why you have to keep your distance from them. But I mean, MCU just was like, nah, never mind, we're gonna have a fist fight with Cap because it's gonna be cool. Yeah. Cap v Cap.
We'll have to have that discussion another time because I have a whole other thing about that. But
the
Cap, chapel scene.
Yeah. Oh,
yes.
Yeah. So there's another variant that they
Is murdering
can't
people.
seem to catch that seems to be bouncing through time, murdering people.
And we did see the depiction.
And we saw that it looked like a devil.
Mephisto.
But when Owen says, or sorry, Morbius, what's his name?
Mobius.
Mobius says to Loki later on in the episode, "It's you that we're hunting." I don't understand. Is he supposed to be the same? Is it supposed to be the same person? You know what I mean? Like, are we actually hunting Loki, or is it just another God of Mischief character?
Is the devil walking around pretending to be Loki so that the blame can go to Loki, the already suspected mischievous person?
Well, I feel like I feel like not that it can't be Loki, but the fact that he was hooded and set all those TVA people on fire at the end of the episode and didn't show his face. I'm like, there's got to be a weird twist on this where it's not actually Loki. Because how is Loki there? But also, like, was there 2 variants of Loki?
Right. That could be that. It's gonna get even more confusing.
Well, what's cool is I do think he is allowed to go to other timelines. I do think we've seen something like that in the trailer where he can go to other places. He just can't go back to his.
Yeah.
By some logic that I still won't. I'm not gonna try to figure it out right now.
But the girl had gum, and at that time period, I don't think they should have had gum.
No.
And Owen Wilson was basically like, this dude's leaving like not like breadcrumbs, but like
ruining worlds by leaving like cell phones behind.
Something like.
Yeah, he's fucking with all the other timelines.
Yeah.
Gift from the
pretty
devil
much.
or something they said. Yeah, that's weird. I would assume that's just another God of Mischief. Like, but you're Loki, so it's you.
The show's gonna be really fun, only because of like the time travel aspect. Because I feel like every time we're gonna be watching a new episode, we're just gonna be referencing every other possible pseudoscience movie that tries to deal with the concept of time and linear paths. This is gonna be so fun. That is one thing I am looking forward to.
I love that Loki was D.B. Cooper.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
I never heard of that heist.
Yeah, so the dude stole, I forget where he stole the money from. I'm assuming it's a bank off top. But he stole money and he was on a plane, and when they were waiting for him to get off the plane,
he was like, I have a bomb.
And he jumped off, like he parachuted out of the plane and no one ever found him.
I thought didn't he hide like money in different areas too? I thought he separated the money once he got down.
Well, no one ever found them. I think they found some money, like in Australia or something like that, but like that had the same like serial numbers as to what was tied to the bank. I could be completely wrong about that too. But
am I wrong? Didn't Prison Break have a variation of that story with the old guy? Was his name Cooper? Wasn't his real name like Cooper, the cat guy? You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
We always say Andrew was him.
Yeah, that's true. I don't remember if he was actually supposed to be related to that story or another like heist story. It could have been that.
I just thought it was similar. I thought it's not important.
I can't remember I saw Prison Break in middle school. It's been so long.
Years ago. I just know that I think they thought he was the famous guy who jumped out of a plane and hid his money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was cool. And Heimdall and Thor helped him out, and it was all because of a bet that he lost.
Yeah.
And then we got to see his life about what is actually supposed to happen, and he saw that he gets his mother killed. I'm pretty sure that's what happened next. He cares about his mom.
Yeah.
He really does. I wanted to bring up, like, I wish they showed the scene of him in prison where it's just a facade, and then he brings up his mom, and it shows him
bloody.
Yeah, his feet are bloody, and that's such a good scene.
Yeah, I felt like it was good. It was good, like you brought up earlier. I mean, we kind of already summed this up, but, just having that quick recap of everything that happened so we don't have to go through this whole Loki character progression thing again. Like, we've already had this. Like, this is all set. He knows everything that happens in his life. And even when he escapes, because the variant, another group disappeared from this other variant, even after running around and discovering that more his powers mean nothing, there's like 50 fucking Infinity Stones just in a random office drawer of these people that it's just paperweights. We don't really care about them. Yeah. And, he gets to go back and just fully watch his life and just realize, wow, like, that's where the road ends. Like, my whole, I'm glorious, blah, 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 like, because even in his court case, when he said, well, did you do this? And he said, no, I'm sure it was the Avengers because they were trying to... He wasn't saying they were trying to stop, like, Thanos, because he doesn't know what happens.
Yeah.
He assumed that they went back in time to stop him and from him ruling everything. Because he has this, you know... I mean, he's a god, but his god complex, thinking that he's gonna... It was he deserves the whole world, so he's gonna rule the whole world. And the Avengers clearly were going back to, like, fix it.
Yeah.
So even then, like, just seeing his whole life really, like, fucked... Oh, shit, like... What was the phrase he said? Like, damn it, I forgot what he said exactly. It was like, you know, my God-ordained, like, path. Or like, I should have been, like...
glorious purpose.
My glorious purpose. Yeah, that's what it was. Oh, fuck, the name of the episode. I didn't realize. But yeah, my glorious purpose.
Yeah.
He realized there is no purpose, you know what I mean? His purpose was to fight off so Thor could live a few more seconds, you know what I mean? That's it.
My favorite moment in the episode itself, I've seen almost everything I had seen from this episode. I have already kind of seen ideas like this in things like Star Trek before. Wasn't wowed at only because I was familiar, but there was one really cool moment that I just enjoyed that this episode brought to light is because of Loki's whole power trip of like what he wants. Everything he was doing was for this end goal of being supreme. And I loved the moment where he sees the gems in the cabinet, and then he sees what true power is.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is like what the end goal is. Like, there's nothing greater than this. And I just love the realization. It's like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, his idea of grandeur chalks up to
nothing.
A business room where there's real power somewhere else, and all the items you could ever hope to try to grab in your lifetime are just always here, just nonchalantly, as he said, used as paperweights. Like, you think you know what power is, let me show you real power, and let's place you into your bubble, and let you realize that this is not what you really wanted. Grand power doesn't belong to you. Like, it's not yours. Find something else to enjoy in life. Because you even as an Asgardian, are not grand or worthy enough to get to this level.
Yeah. Well, it's like, even if you did achieve all your power in the world, it literally wouldn't... It doesn't even matter to these fucking people.
Yeah.
You couldn't even control them.
We might be able to just take you and put you in a statue because that's how much power we have. We'll just ingrain you into gold and just walk you around because you're nothing to us. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I wonder if that is the case now, knowing that he's the antagonist, maybe the antagonist these guys are fighting. Maybe he sees the potential here and tries to do one last long con where he can be the grand ruler now that he's in proximity of quote unquote real power.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the transformation of the devil. Maybe he looks into the crystal skull of Indiana Jones and his body deteriorates into a devil form. I don't know. Who the hell knows with this show?
Yeah.
Just throw anything in at this point.
I don't know why, but I just immediately thought of the movie Looper.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Yeah.
it?
I have
Where,
not
like,
seen
what
that
if it's like he just has to kill himself and this is all over?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, it could be.
I don't know. What do you think? You think that could be it?
No, I don't think that. I just threw it out there.
I don't even know how to go about these conversations. This is gonna be so disorganized.
It is
just because of the format of the show.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
It's kind of hard to try and make this.
You might as well
It's just like the format of the lettering. It's like
chop this whole episode up so
Emerald.
people are confused AF.
Emerald as Guardian. I know, start with the N. Just play everything in reverse.
Yeah.
So they have to go on their YouTube and find a way to reverse the clip.
All right, here's my one last thing that I want to talk about this episode.
What'd you see?
What?
You usually do this. You're like, you guys didn't see this, but I did.
No. Do you think the timekeepers are actually alive?
The three people?
Yeah.
I would say yes, but the real question is when.
Wait, when?
When are they alive?
Yes, I think they probably existed at some point.
Yeah, me too.
With this, sure.
But
right now?
The only reason I say that, and this honestly just from the trailer clips and bits and pieces, but it's like when he was like, let me just see the timekeepers, and yes, they are the supreme being. So why does Loki get a chance to see them? But when the judge was like, they're busy, I'm just to me that just seemed kind of sus. I was like, maybe they don't even exist anymore.
Like the Wizard of Oz.
That's exactly what I was thinking about.
It's just
there is no timekeepers at this point. You know what I mean? I feel like I could see Marvel doing that. They did exist and they did their thing, but now the TVA just kind of exists to maintain. You know what I mean? And they
sure.
might not even realize the timekeepers aren't even there.
Yeah.
But maybe that's where it's like, oh shit, the multiverse just, you know what I mean? Just falls into chaos at that point.
I mean,
I don't know. I mean,
then Loki takes over.
If they're like the rulers of time, they could just manipulate time. They could just not age, or I don't know.
Could you imagine if Loki ends up being the big boss of the MCU by the end? Like, the reason all the multiverse things are happening is just because he was able to take over and use rules from the shadows.
Oh my god,
and then Deadpool starts coming over from his movies. And then all the Marvel movies have to get degraded into a TV series, because the only way they can get Loki is by switching the format of how a video is presented to the audience. So all the MCU movies just become TV shows that you have to watch. And that's how they'll get over to Loki's world.
Wonderful.
Just breaking the fourth wall. Why don't we? The working title, we're going to be the ones who beat Loki.
I think we can do it.
I mean, we are part of the multiverse,
3v1.
technically.
We are a part of the multiverse.
We are part of the infinite.
I think that we could beat Loki 3v1.
Yeah. I mean,
like with powers.
Sticks.
With powers, no. I think we got him.
Yeah. Alright. I'm just gonna take a... Guys, if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a comment about what you thought of today's episode of Loki. Check out our Patreon if you want to see videos a week in advance, and we'll see you next week. Punch it!